Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. My name is Nick Kairu Kawai and we are doing another Draft League breakdown analysis video. This is for the NWPL Singles Draft League, which will be starting next week. The first upload should be going up next weekend. By a week from today, you should be watching the first battle of this league. So this is a tiered draft. You can see on the screen we had tiers 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Free picks and a Gigantamax pick. I will be explaining all of that as we go along. Basically, Pokemon were separated into tiers. Again, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And then the free picks, you could pick a Pokemon from any tier, but they cost just a certain amount of points. So I'll try to let you know, I'll let you know which tier they were in based on their point values as we go along. So first pick we got, tier 1 pick, we went for our boy Cinderace. I wanted Cinderace just because it is a powerful Pokemon that has really good hazard control, and honestly by the time it came around to me there wasn't that many tier 1s that I really wanted left, so I wanted actually Corviknight for defog, really good defogger, getting rid of hazards, but Cinderace is also really good at dealing with hazards and is also just a fast fire type Pokemon with some decent moves. Alright, so next up here is Celebi. We put Celebi on the team for tier 2 because 1, it's a mythical legendary Pokemon, has really good stats, 100 base stat total across, or 100 base stat in every single stat across the board. It is really powerful, it can hit really hard, it can also be really defensive and supportive. I also really wanted to focus on typing, having Cinderace being a fire type. I wanted to have Celebi the grass type to kind of balance that. I like to build my team around the fire, water, grass cores and dragon, fairy, and steel cores. I like to make sure when I'm drafting a team that I have one of each of those types. And actually Celebi also gives me the psychic typing as well. Alright, next up on our list we have Rhyperior, which is our first pick in the tier 3 category. We picked up Rhyperior, again, kind of to counter our weaknesses to other rock and ground types, with Cinderace being weak. I want to continue to support my first pick of Cinderace with a rock and ground type like Rhyperior. Is really defensive, can also set up stealth rocks. I really wanted to make sure I had someone who could set up those hazards for me as well. And again, just also really bulky defensively, but hits really hard. It's just a really physically defensive and physically offensive Pokemon. I did talk about it because I actually have it on my randomized IBA Season 1.5 draft as well. So I'm going to be using Rhyperior a lot over the next couple seasons that I'm in here for these draft leagues. So I'm really excited to get a lot of practice and hopefully come up with some cool and unique ways that I can use Rhyperior, because there's a lot you could do with it. Alright, and next up, our second pick from tier 3. I will mention, you can see here, the way the tiering works is, again, it's one pick from tier 1 and tier 2, but for tier 3, you actually get two Pokemon from tier 3. So Galvantula here is my second pick from tier 3. I saw Galvantula available, and I had to snag it. I really like Galvantula, and I've used it a lot in other draft leagues such as the ABL, and it is put in a lot of work. I think it is a fantastic Pokemon, gives me access to sticky webs, also is just a super powerful Pokemon that can hit thunder with Compound Eyes boosting its accuracy. In almost any situation it's gonna hit thunder. You throw Choice Specs on this thing, Choice Specs Thunder, oh my goodness, so much damage, very powerful Pokemon. I really like Galvantula and I'm so excited that I can start using it again. Alright, and the next Pokemon we have is our first Pokemon from the Tier 4. We picked up Vanillix. I was looking at Tier 4, and I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do, but I saw there wasn't really that many great Pokemon in Tier 4, honestly. Nothing that really stuck out to me that would be beneficial to my team. And then but when I came across Vanillix, it occurred to me that this thing does get Aurora Veil. It can set up the Hail and go for Aurora Veil, which is basically Light Screen and Reflect if you don't know. You throw Light Clay, you get 8 turns of being really, really defensive. And my team is already pretty bulky with Celebi and Rhyperior, so I could put them behind some bulk and then start setting them up. And it'll, again, just allow my Cinderace and my Vanillix to take more hits. So really excited that I picked up Vanillix. I think it's going to be an awesome addition to the team, being able to have those screens from Aurora Veil set up whenever I need. In addition, it also has a decent special attack stat, so it can hit pretty hard with Blizzard and Flash Cannon and other moves that it has, coverage moves, but those are pretty much its best. And for our first pick from Tier 5, our first and only pick from Tier 5, again, unless we use our free picks, which we can, again, just a reminder, use our free picks, I can pick from any of the tiers, that's how that worked. So, but for Tier 5, we went up and picked up Lapras. I really wanted something that had Water Absorb to not be destroyed by the likes of like a Dracovish or something like that. I think Lapras is just a really, really cool Pokemon. I like it. I just really like Lapras. I wanted a water type. Again, I wanted the fire, water, grass core. So this now completes that fire, water, and grass core with Cinderace, Celebi, and Lapras. So really excited about that. Lapras can be really, really bulky, but also can hit really hard, just depending on what you want to do. It is more defensive, and I kind of wanted like specially defensive, more bulky Pokemon, because with Galvantula, Cinderace, and Vanillix, that was a lot of just offense and then support. So, yeah, I guess really mainly the typing. I wanted the fire, water, grass core. That was the main reason for Lapras, I'll say. All right, and our first free pick actually was Blastoise, which I will let you know that it came from, I believe, Tier 2. So this was a Tier 2 pick. I picked up Blastoise. Again, another water type, but I really, really wanted Blastoise for its ability to set up with like Shell Smash, have it'd just be really powerful. It got Shell Smash in this game. I've been wanting to use Shell Smash Blastoise on my team. So again, have some duplicating types here now. We got a couple water types, but I have a lot of things that are good at resisting electric type attacks, such as Galvantula, Rhyperior, or Celebi. So I'm not too worried about having two water types here on my team. So I went ahead and picked up Blastoise for the squad. All right, and our second free pick we also snagged out of Tier 2. We grabbed Duraludon. I wanted two more really powerful Pokemon. I was looking at my squad and I was like, we need some more power. We need some heat up in here. So I went ahead and snagged Duraludon. It covers Dragon and Steel type. So it's part of that Dragon, Steel, and Fairy core where those types really have good synergy. Fairy being good against Dragon, and all those type interactions are really good to have. So being that it's Dragon and Steel type, it's a Dragon that's not weak to Fairy, it's only neutral and can hit Fairy super effectively. So it's a really, really cool Pokemon. I really like it. I haven't used it a lot, so I'm excited to start actually using it on some teams and figuring out what I like about it and what I don't, and we'll see how it goes. All right, and the third out of the four free picks, we went ahead and snagged Malamar. Malamar was down in a lower tier here. Let's see, it was, sorry, I'm losing it. I have it pulled up right here. Yeah, it was a Tier 4. So this was a Tier 4 pick, which I think Malamar for a Tier 4 pick is really, really low, but I'll take it because it only cost me 60 points in the draft. So I was able to pick 2. I was able to pick those first two free picks from Tier 2, which did cost 120 points, and this one only cost 60 points. I had a total of... I don't know the math. I had a certain amount of points, and Malamar worked out that I could pick it up, but I think it's a really underrated Pokemon. Its ability Contrary is so good. I have swept a lot of people on Showdown just messing around with Malamar using close combat. You boost your own attack and defense when normally it lowers them. And you just keep spamming that. And then if somebody lets you set up, you're at like +3, you're just at insanely high attack and defense. It's Psychic and Dark, so not a lot of weaknesses. Big weaknesses only to Bug, which is not a super common type. So Malamar is a fantastic Pokemon, and I think is going to put in a lot of work this season. All right, next up we have Gallade. The last free pick we got was also from Tier 4. Again, I think Gallade is pretty slept on as well. It's a really powerful Pokemon that can set up and use Swords Dance and close combat. It's an interesting dual type with Psychic and Fighting. So I have a Psychic and Dark and Psychic and Fighting. So those types have really interesting interactions and kind of cover each other's weaknesses there. So really excited to use Gallade. I think it's a good Pokemon, and I think it can definitely put in a lot of work for the team as well. All right, and the 11th and final Pokemon here on our draft is our Gigantamax captain, the one and only. You see Snorlax sitting on the Snorlax on the layout. G-Max Snorlax with the tree sticking out of its stomach is a powerful, bulky Pokemon that can set up and do a ton of damage in its Gigantamax form. Normally, it can replenish berries. Again, there wasn't that many Gmax Pokemon left. In this league, our Gmax Pokemon are sadly not allowed to hold an item, so it does kind of make Snorlax really not as good as it should be, having the berry and recycling its own berry. But again, it's powerful in its own right. It can still do a lot of damage and be a bulky Pokemon, but I can't use it to its full potential, but nobody can use any items on their Gigantamax Pokemon. And like I said, there really wasn't that many good Gigantamax Pokemon at the time. It was definitely the best, in my opinion, Gigantamax Pokemon available when I made the pick. So there you go. There is the draft, everybody. There's our squad. I think we have a really powerful squad. I can't wait to see how we perform this season. I'm really excited, ready to get back into Draft League. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you made it this far, please hit the like button and subscribe if you are new. I really appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the first week of the NWPL League next week on my channel. So stay tuned and have a great day. Peace.